You're listening to ND Works, a new podcast for the Notre Dame campus community, produced by the Office of Internal Communications. We're the team that brings you ND Works Weekly, ND Works Quarterly, The Week at ND, and a passion for sharing clear, concise, and interesting information with faculty and staff of the University of Notre Dame. I'm Jenna Liberto, Director of Internal Communications, and I'm glad you're listening. Today we're talking to two members of the Human Resources team, Kathryn Valenti and Kelly Stultz. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yes, it's so great to have you. Now, in January, we kicked off this podcast by talking about the new initiatives you can expect from HR this year. If you haven't already, please make sure you listen to episode 1 with Vice President for Human Resources, Heather Christofferson. Now, Kathryn and Kelly are with me to share more about the new self-service center. But first, I love to hear people's Notre Dame stories. So I'd like to start there. And Kathryn, how about we start with you?
Oh, sure. Thanks so much for having us.
Yes, you're welcome.
It's exciting to get to share with the campus about what's going on in HR.
Absolutely.
Kathryn Valenti here. I'm from New Jersey originally. Came to Notre Dame long ago. Graduated in accounting and then came back again for an MBA, which was wonderful. Actually met my husband there in the MBA program and then returned to campus to work. And most recently joined HR as the Executive Director for People Strategic Operations. And in that group, we focus, of course, on the operations of HR, including Ask HR, various systems, data, processes, and finance. And we're fortunate, Tom and I have 3, what we consider very amazing kids. So that's kind of my story.
Can I ask where you came to HR from? I know you have a long history with Notre Dame before you landed in the Office of Human Resources.
Yes, most recently I was in university relations. So working in we had finance, talent acquisition, space management, football and event tickets. So again, an operational group, but within university relations.
But a lot of colleagues listening might remember you from your UR days. So
yes.
Shout out to them. Kelly, tell us about your journey here at Notre Dame.
My journey is a little bit different. So not a double domer. Born and raised in South Bend, Indiana. I actually was in the medical field for 22 years prior to coming to Notre Dame about 4 years ago. I was a pediatric medical assistant, like I said, for 22 years. But currently I'm in HR. I'm part of the People Services team, which most people know as Ask HR. So I'm often answering your phone calls, emails, anything that you send to us at Ask HR. I am married to my high school sweetheart. We're actually celebrating our 21st wedding anniversary today.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. We have 2 boys. Drew's finishing up his first year at IU, which flew by. I didn't think it would. And then I have a 16-year-old named Brock, and he is a sophomore at Adams High School. So what I wanted to tell you is that being a part of People Services, we not only manage the Ask HR phones, email and outreach, but we also do things like facilitate pre-employment process, manage the educational benefit reimbursements, we process retirements, work with leave programs for the university, and manage qualifying events for benefits. And there's probably 10 more I could mention.
Of course. And I have to mention, I have a little bit of a background in healthcare too. Oh. So it's very interesting to me that you've translated that work you did in healthcare to human resources, which when you think about it makes a lot of sense. People services, and truly at the heart of it, that's what healthcare is as well. 100%. Would you agree?
Yes. Getting to be there and take care of our colleagues, the staff, faculty, being a resource for them is very important to me. I like to take care of people.
And that certainly leads us into this new initiative that you're rolling out in HR. And there is a lot of excitement, and I know a lot of hard work surrounding what's called the Self-Service Center that we're now able to roll out to campus. So, Kathryn, if you could start us off by just giving us a little bit of background on what this is.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So what we now are calling the Self-Service Center is really the result of probably 3 years of work, believe it or not. And it might help to go back to the beginning, really, to give you a sense of how this came to be. So back in 2019, I think it was, ND Innovates was a newly formed office. And one of the very first projects that they took on as a team was to look at the services provided by human resources. Things like an application process when you're a new hire or a potential hire, onboarding, performance management, etc. The team conducted focus groups and we talked to campus partners all through the lens of kind of what do employees on campus really need and what do they want? And how can we make this as valuable for them as possible as employees, again, faculty or staff here at Notre Dame? What would make their lives easier? So after a series of interviews, focus group discussions, and hearing the feedback, it was decided that we tackle all of these components in a phased approach. With the first phase focused on providing employees a central place to find kind of HR-related information, find ways to ask questions and or seek out their own answers, maybe without having to call HR to find all the answers. They can find something at their fingertips quickly and easily. And so, of course, in the middle of this project, there was this thing called COVID that came.
Oh, yes, we remember well.
Does anyone not remember that well? So the pandemic really kind of changed the project and has evolved over time. Of course, the timelines were affected. But here we are 3 years later and just really excited to be launching this new platform to all of campus.
And really behind this, the idea that if I need answers as an employee, as a colleague quickly, especially some of the maybe day-to-day just ways I would access HR, I would be empowered to be able to go to the self-service center and have those answers at my fingertips, right? Kelly,
Yep.
you work in the tool on a regular basis. Tell me a little bit more about what you would say about it.
So I'm really excited about this because we're very busy in HR as people services. We're fielding calls and emails 8 hours, a day, Monday through
Sure.
Friday. They still come on the weekend and then you catch up on Monday. So in the past, we would get a whole host of questions. Things like, what's my hourly pay? Can you remind me what my medical plan is that I'm enrolled in? How can I find my insurance card? New hires, how do I complete the I-9 steps? Or how can I just change my home address? What do I need to do for that? And oftentimes people would just prefer to find this information on their own.
Sure.
They just didn't know where to look. So, our hope is that the self-service center makes it easier for people to find these things on demand. So, like I said, find it when you want it. It could be after hours. It could be during the weekend. Having a conversation with your spouse, you're like, oh, wait, I can go to self-service center and just look this up for myself and have the answer. The greatest thing about it, it's going to allow us as people services to spend more time with people navigating complex issues. Things like major life events, deaths, births, illnesses, FMLA requests, follow-ups, employee relations, pension process, you name it. Like I said, I could go on forever about the amount of things. But like I said, it will allow us to focus on these hard-hitting, heavier topics when people really do need us.
Which is so important. Something you also said just really strikes a chord when you're having that conversation with your spouse on a Sunday night, and I need to know right now this critical piece of our health plan or our compensation. The fact that we can be empowered as employees to go find that information, like you said, when we need it, is really, really exciting. Tell me a little bit more about how this platform will accomplish the things that you mentioned, the requests that might come in.
Okay, so I think my favorite part is when you log into selfservice.nd.edu, you're going to find something called My Profile. And I laugh with my team. Who doesn't like to talk about your own self or find your information?
Upload your best picture, right?
Exactly. It was like, choose your favorite picture. So in the My Profile section, it's going to summarize all sorts of your information. Your salary, your emergency contacts, your NDID number. Believe it or not, we have lots of calls. A lot of people need to know either their net ID or their NDID. There's information about your position. Like when you started in your role, your position number, your career level. People are going to love that.
Yes.
Lots of people ask for that. It's going to be right there at their fingertips. Lots of basic information that's important to staff that wasn't readily available in the past. And then there's the fun chat feature. So this is an automated feature that can give you answers to your questions. It can help you find information on university holidays, long-term disability policies. You name it, it's in there. We're hopeful that in the future we'll have somebody from our team maybe answering those chats in real time. And if that chat feature isn't able to help you, you can submit a case through the Self-Service Center, which will come directly to me and the rest of our team so we can respond to you. We'll see your question and can respond quickly. You can also track the status as we work to find your answer. So it's kind of nice. I send an email, what's going on? I haven't heard anything. Well, the system's going to prompt an email that says your case has been received.
Great.
The status is in ready mode or in progress. So that's nice as well. People can see that, okay, they've got it. It's being worked on. Yeah. Exactly. So we like it because it allows you as staff and faculty to continue on with your life, your job. You're doing your own things while we work to find those answers, resolve the issue, or get you what you're looking for. So we're really hopeful and excited. It's going to be a wonderful tool.
So much thoughtfulness and work going into, we need a tool. What's the best way to create something that works for our employees, right?
Exactly.
And then it's all at your fingertips.
Exactly, when you need it. And then we can support you in those moments that matter in your life where additional kind of complex troubleshooting through maybe a complex benefit issue. Our team's situated to do that with the time and attention and resources that campus really needs as well. So yeah, we're thrilled for this. It's been really the result of a really critical partnership with ND Innovates and of course OIT. They've been tremendous partners with the knowledge that we're not rolling this out in its perfect form and we're never going to touch it again. There's going to be continued to be enhancements in the coming months, years, as we build out this platform that we think will service campus in the way they've told us that they want to be supported in their day-to-day life here as an employee at Notre Dame. We're actually kicking off the second phase of this HR transformation project in the coming weeks, and that's going to really be focused on pre-employment. So background checks, I-9s, things that most people who are listening right now haven't done in a while, but all of our new employees have to go through those processes, as well as the onboarding process, which is really critical to how employees are welcomed into Notre Dame, get situated in a brand new job, and potentially a brand new employer. And so we're thrilled for what's to come.
And you both must be incredibly proud of your teams and your greater human resources department for all the work that went into bringing this to our wider campus audience, but then also all the ways that your team members work with colleagues and improve their experience every day.
Yeah, 100%. Our team is amazing. This people services team, they genuinely care. And we do sometimes take stuff home with us because we care that much. But even as excited as we are about this tool, that doesn't take away the fact that we're available for those one-on-one conversations. Mm-hmm. So we're still readily available when needed. But how awesome, once again, this tool is there. Self-help, get what you want when you want it. And if you don't get it, let us know.
Well said. Kathryn and Kelly, thank you so much for explaining, going a little bit deeper into this new program you're rolling out. If you'd like more information about the new Self-Service Center, powered by our colleagues in Human Resources, we have more resources online at ndworks.nd.edu, or you can go directly to selfservice.nd.edu. Before we leave you until next time, be sure to pick up the newest ND Works Quarterly. It's the final print publication of this academic year and an edition devoted entirely to research. Look for our cover story about Nancy Michael's community-engaged research on brain health, as well as our one-on-one interview with incoming Vice President for Research, Jeffrey Rhodes, and an update on the construction of the university's new research building. We'll be back next month with more news and stories by and for Notre Dame employees. I'm Jenna Liberto. Thanks for listening to ND Works.